Our goal is to create a pure PvP experience, full of joy and rage and awesome stories to tell your friends. It's still early for Gigantic. We're just starting the alpha, and this PAX is the first time we're letting people just come up and play the game, which we're really excited about. Gigantic is a fast-paced game of skill, teamwork, and strategy. It's 5-on-5 PvP, where 5 unique heroes team up with a giant guardian. Gigantic is part shooter, part brawler, part action RPG. It brings together character types, design principles, influences from MOBAs, fighting games, basically every competitive kind of game that we love. The idea was to bring together all these elements into an experience that's fun and easy to get into, but balanced for serious competitive play. The first thing you'll notice about the game is the speed. We work to keep the movement fluid, the combat dynamic. Your aim has to be precise, the timing of your dodges perfect. You can be creative about how you use a super jump or an area effect that modifies projectiles that go through it. The combat is fast and furious, but throughout every battle there are a lot of strategic decisions to make. Figuring out which creatures you want where. Choosing upgrades is another part of the strategy, each one providing a unique strategic bonus. The goal of each battle is simple, to kill the enemy Guardian. The Guardians are massive and immensely powerful, capable of destroying parts of the battlefield just as they move around. To take down the enemy Guardian, you're going to need the help of your team, but most importantly, of your own Guardian. You need to power it up so it'll travel across the battlefield, rampaging, destroying everything in its path, and knocking the enemy Guardian into a vulnerable state. You give your Guardian power by killing the enemy heroes, by summoning creatures, which you can also use to control the battlefield, or by sneaking behind enemy lines and striking the enemy Guardian in its heart. You won't do damage to it, but you'll steal its power and give it directly to your Guardian. We wanted to make sure every battle ended in a climax. The grand finale is what we call the clash. Both Guardians break out of their lairs and into the center of the battleground. There's no more summoning creatures, no more battle for map control, just a final encounter in the middle. Both teams fighting until one Guardian is dead and the other victorious. Game development's always a process of discovery. With Gigantic, we found all these different elements coming together into something kind of special. There's a familiarity to it. It's easy to jump in and just pick it up, but at the same time, it's not a game you've played before. Ultimately, it doesn't matter what we have to say about the game. It matters what you say. So if you're at PAX this year, come check it out, and you'll know. You'll know whether or not it's a game for you, and whether or not you've got stories you just have to share.